And your source for esports racing is live. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Full Velocity Racing Network, live tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It is Wednesday night. It is time for Dirt Warrior Racing Wednesday night street fights, and great to have you aboard this evening via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. Phil Lacasse and Todd Stanton in the house this evening as we enter the 2019 Summer Summit of Full Velocity. And got back home here just probably about 10 minutes ago. So we're scrambling doing the midnight oil here tonight at DWR. But Todd, we're back alongside here on the opposite end of things here after being together the last couple of nights and ready to lock and load for a great round of Wednesday street fights. How the heck you doing, partner? Ready to rock?
Definitely ready to rock and roll. Heat race number one already live onto the grid. These guys waste no time here at the Dirt Warrior Racing. We're going to get right through the Voiles Trucking Heat race number one starting lineup. Starting on the pole, driving the 06, that is Matthew Everts. Everts aboard the number 06 machine. Is Isabel outside, driving the number 78, that's Steve Redunes. Redunes aboard the number 78. Inside row, number 2, starting in the third starting position, that's Justin Pruitt. Pruitt aboard the number 07, and Daniel Stifler is going to roll off fourth in the number 71. Rolling off fifth will be the 111 of Kyle Moyer. His dancing partner outside is Ryan Oakes. Oakes aboard the number 83. Next row, back in the seventh starting position, that's John Monkern aboard the number 36, and then Kyle Surratt aboard the number 18. He rolls off in 8th. Rolling off 9th is the number 73. That's Stephen Moore, and his dance partner outside, Electric Eric Eichstead aboard the number 12 machine.
All right, so there you have it. 10 really good rockets out there for 8 laps around the half mile here, Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Got to thank our great sponsors that make the network go around for us tonight. Got to thank Hanover Wrecker Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Bandit Graphics, Full Throttle with the Jet, and also Evil One Graphics, as I am stumbling over the words here. Literally have just scrambled on to make it out here to the Williams Grove Speedway this evening. So ready to go for our 8-lap voyage. Matt Everett, Steve Redunes, Justin Pruitt, and Daniel Stifler, the Iceman. Going to be our first 2 rows. The field heading toward the west end of the speedway, over in turns number 3 and 4. Safety truck has made its way down into the infield and off turn number 4. We're going to go green flag racing as our iRacing iFlag green flag goes in the air. We barrel it down off into turn number 1, and from the pole, Matt Everett, he's going to lead the field for the first time off turn number 2.
Yeah, Matt Everett's in the 06 machine. The monster number 06 machine leads the field here down into turn number 3. That's over the 07 of Justin Pruitt. Here comes Kyle Moyer down to the bottom side in the 111 machine, fighting it out, duking it out with the number 78 machine. The 73 around in a knot, all by his lonesome back there. That's Stephen Moore around all by himself.
Yep, but we're going to stay green here as we start lap number 2 around the speedway. Everett's continuing to lead there in the 06, pulling away. He's got 5 car lengths on the field. The race is going to be for that second spot with Justin Pruitt holding off the number 111, Kyle Moyer, now in the 3rd spot. He's going to try to make something happen down low. He'll fall back in the tire tracks. Best racing going on. It was for about 4th on back where Stifler was holding off a challenge from Steve Redunes. Also Kyle Surratt's 18 making something happen. Those guys digging it off turn number 2.
Taking a look through the camera angles here at Williams Grove, showing the wide spectrum camera angle going down into the corner here. Good battle going on between Surratt and the number 78 of Redunes. Redunes on the outside. Here comes Surratt down to the bottom side. They come down the front straightaway here, and we're going to have 5 laps remaining here, a handful of laps remaining here for the number 06 of Matthew Everett. Second is going to be Justin Pruitt, Kyle Moyer, Daniel Stifler, and Kyle Surratt. Finally getting around the number 78 machine there at the start-finish line. 78 not going away, fighting back on the outside, but I believe Surratt going to be able to complete the pass here through 3. Yes, indeed, he does off of 4, puts Surratt to 5th.
Yeah, Surratt now up to the 5th spot. I'm looking up front here, Todd. The interval between the race leader, Matt Everett, and Justin Pruitt has kind of started to evaporate a little bit. Last time by, Pruitt ran an 8.66, and so did Matt Everett with a lap before. Pruitt picked up just about a tenth of a second. It's 6 tenths of a second, but what was 5 car lengths is now down to about 3.5 to 4 off the 4th turn. Pruitt may be running down Pruitt a little bit, Everett's a little bit. We'll see what their times come back in the line this time.
And Kyle Moyer's been digging on the bottom here. Justin Pruitt. Moyer's been just as fast as those top 2 guys last time by. He's being faster, 24.870 to those guys is 24.9s. So again, Moyer making some headway here right now, running that third spot. The Iceman Daniel Stifler running in fourth off of turn number 4. We are going to get popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around the speedway here. Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, for the 06 of Matt Everett.
Yeah, Everett's going to lead the field off of turn number 2. He said Pruitt and Moyer both began to run him down, and Moyer has really run down the back of the 07 as he slips through 1 and 2 there and lets the 07 drive away. But look, Moyer may make a run off of 2. Now with the turn number 3, he's going to drive it a little bit deeper, wash up the racetrack a little bit. Looks like that 111 definitely a touch bit faster than Justin 07. The only problem is he's running out of time here in this race to make it happen. As we're going to put 7 complete, we're going to have 3 to go. Everett's now going to lead by 2 car lengths over Pruitt down the backstretch.
Yeah, down the back straightaway here into turn number 3 for the final time. The Monster Energy 06 machine of Matthew Everett's going to let her dig off of turn number 4. He's going to take down the heat race victory here in heat race number 1. Then it's going to be Justin Pruitt, Kyle Moyer, Daniel Stifler, Surratt, Radunes, Oaks, Moore, Monkern, and Eichstead. Those cars are your 10 cars that were in heat race number 1.
All right, somebody wake me up because Todd, I just said 3 to go, thinking I was programmed to 10. It's been a long day. We traveled this afternoon. It was pretty hectic. Didn't even get a chance to run home and jump in the house for more than 5 minutes. Had to get the family all sorted together, run off to a softball game. Finally, just got back to the house here after a delay. So getting it locked and loaded. They are 8-lap heat race out here tonight, so I was a little off there. My lap count, 7 of 8, as that was a good race there for Matthew Everett's picking up the win. Voiles Trucking starting lineup for heat number 2 is going to go away like this. On the pole, the board of number 00, that is Michael Whitlock with the number 16 of David Blackbird. He's on the outside of the front row. Row number 2 on the inside, the number 01 of Daniel Price with the number 61 of Josh Peacock on the outside. Third row, the number 1 of Alex Brewer with the number 10 of Racing Jason Salter alongside in position number 6. 7th starter, car number 010, the 010 of Casey Brunson alongside the Evil One himself aboard the Evil One Graphics number 21. And that is Jim Revis. And in our 5th and final row, we find the driver of car number 13, Caleb Ramsey with defend. Derek Fenkenhauer going to round out our field here aboard car number 86. So that is 10 really. They just keep coming, Todd, one after another. The heaviest of hitters, the best of the best street stock drivers out there. That is why I call DWR the pinnacle of iRacing dirt leagues. These guys absolutely put it together. They deliver night after night with great races, great shows, and hopefully great programming out there live on your source for esports racing. Is off of turn number 4. Starter's going to put that clenched green flag down. One more trip around the half mile as these guys are just letting that excitement build. And we think back to Sunday night, Michael Whitlock's number 00. That is a guy, Todd, who's just been knocking at the door of a victory here in the most recent months. And he's come so close so many times. Another one get evaporated from here just a couple of nights ago on Sunday here at the Shootout Series. Can Michael Whitlock put one together tonight here at the Grove?
Yeah, the flash, Michael Whitlock aboard the 00 machine. You see the for sale sign. Can he piece something together here this evening? We're going to have to wait and see here as Whitlock is going to be on the pole here, drawing good again. So for sale sign on that machine. So great car if anybody wants it, the double knot machine. So you know it's wicked fast. Damon Boy Racing, his official team, as green flag gets unfurled here for the iRacing high flag, green flag off of turn number 4. We're racing here with heat race number 2.
Yes, we are off at turn number 1. Michael Whitlock going to lead them down in the corner, and right away we start racing on for that second spot off the high lane. Good run so far for the 16 of David Blackbird. Daniel Price of the L1 is there. He is under fire from both sides. Casey Brunson looking down low. You got Jason Salter up there as well. Jim Revis in the mix. That is 4 cars racing for the 4th spot as they exit turn 4. 4 wide.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be a race there because you had some cars, some really fast cars here buried deep into the field. Got to give a shout out to Caleb Ramsey, feeling under the weather here today. Had a trip to the hospital this afternoon. He was released, going to have to see a cardiologist tomorrow, but Caleb Ramsey back here racing. So they said he did have a heart attack, Phil, so that's good news, but he's going to see a cardiologist tomorrow. But Caleb Ramsey, I tell you what, a champion here, out here racing. These guys are picking on him in the DWR chat, but he's out here.
I haven't been able to keep up with that all day long, but hopefully Caleb all as well, and he's out there on the racetrack digging aboard car number 13, and hopefully all will check out well with the cardiologist tomorrow. We'll definitely be Thinking of Caleb here, but I hate to hear that here. As I said, I was rushing in to get him into the works. Whitlock going to lead the field off of turn number 4 to lead lap number 3. The race going on for that runner-up spot. Josh Peacock taking the battle to Blackbird's number 16. Giving him 61, running the low side. He may make a bid for the race league by the time they enter turn number 3, Todd.
Yeah, Peacock's so smooth here. Williams Grove, he's able to run the bottom, and it just seems pretty much flawless in that number 61 machine. Able to get around Blackberg in that number 16 machine. Sets his sights here on the double knot of Michael Whitlock. Whitlock right now giving up the bottom here. He's running about middle of groove, but Peacock running on the bottom there. He's making it work down there, getting the bite.
He certainly is. That car is eating down on the low side off of turn number 2. Just looking over here, answering a question from Tyler over here in the chat. Tyler, this is an open setup league over here at DWR. Wednesday nights are invite only. You have to show your medal over here on a Sunday night with the shootout series and maybe the UMP modified series as registration for this season is now closed. But when it opens up again, we will certainly share it out there with you guys and hope you tune in here night after night here, Sundays and Wednesdays, when we check out DWR. They are absolutely just putting on a show so far here for the first half of this one. 5 in. 3 more trips around the speedway this time. I believe we may be getting 2 to go off the turn this time. Michael Whitlock and Joshua Peacock, those guys still battling for the race lead. They exit turn 4.
Yeah, fighting real well as Popsicle 6 go up in the air here. Williams Grove Speedway. The double knot of Whitlock drifts up the track, leaving the door even wider open there for the 61 of Peacock. Peacock can't close the deal, though, off of number 2. Down the back straightaway into 3. Whitlock able to still hold on. They come off of turn number 4. White flag going to be in there.
One more trip around. Can Michael Whitlock hold off Josh Peacock there? And I'm looking here as they start racing on for third on back here. As Jason Salter's trying to take the battle with David Blackberg. I see a good 3-car race back there with Brunson and Revis and Brewer, but off of turn number 2 down the back straightaway for the final time. Peacock has got the run to the low side. He's going to lead by a nose over turn number 3. Whitlock going to battle up high. Is there going to be door-to-door off of 4? Further race win off the corner. Will drag race down the front straightaway. Michael Whitlock going to pick up the win at heat race number 2. Josh Peacock going to be in for 2nd. David Blackberg will hold on for 3rd. Jason Salter for 4th. Alex Brewer getting a top 5. Casey Brunson, Derek Fenkenhauer, Jim Revis, Caleb Ramsey, and Daniel Price rounding out our 10-car field for heat race number 2. And we are going to waste no time at all, Todd. These guys are ready to light the wick better than anybody else can do it out there, especially the street stocks. But I believe it's just toe-to-toe with any league out there. These guys measure up for pound. It is time to throw down for additional Wednesday night street fights. 60 laps going to be the distance here tonight, Todd. 20 cars on the racetrack. Let's take it old school style. Our full velocity racing network. Voiles Trucking starting lineup.
The Voiles Trucking starting lineup here from Williams Grove Speedway in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, your source for eSport racing. Starting on the pole, driving is the number 06. That is Matthew Everts. Everts aboard the number 06, and his dancing partner outside. Out of Bassett, Virginia, that is the double knot. That's Michael Whitlock.
In row number 2, aboard car number 07, that is Justin Pruitt, and alongside the number 61, Josh Peacock rolls off 4th.
Rolling off inside row number 3, starting in the 5th starting position, driving the number 111. That's Kyle Moyer. Moyer aboard the number 111, and outside of him, driving the number 16 machine. That is David Blackberg. Blackberg aboard the number 16.
Rolling off from position number 7 tonight, aboard car number 71, the Iceman. Daniel Stilfen on the inside of the 4th row, and alongside of the outside, the Trash Panda Graphics, car number 10, racing Jason Salter rolls off 8th.
Rolling off inside row number 5 in the 9th starting position, driving the number 18. That's Kyle Surratt. Surratt aboard the number 19 or 18 machine. This dance brother outside, driving as the number 1. That's Alex Brewer. Brewer aboard the number 1.
Rolling off in the 6th row on the inside, car number 78, Steven Radunes, and next door to him, aboard the 010, that'll be Casey Brunson.
Ryan Oakes rolls off inside row number 7 in the number 83 machine, and DFAD Derek Fedkenauer rolls off outside row number 7 in the 14th starting position, that 86 machine.
15th starter tonight aboard car number 73 will be Stephen Moore with the number 21 alongside the evil one. Jim Revis will roll off deep in the field from 16th.
John Monkern will roll off the very next row back. That will be the number 36 machine. And Caleb Ramsey aboard the number 13. He rolls off 18th.
And coming out on our final road tonight, aboard car number 12, Electric Eric Eichstadt rolls off of position 19, and next door to him, final starter tonight, aboard car number 01, that is Daniel Price. 20 drivers going to take the 60 laps around the half mile here, Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It is time to light the wick. iRacing iFly, green flags up in the air. We're racing off into turn number 1.
Yeah, Matthew Everett has that loud pedal down into turn 1, off of turn number 2. Going to hold on to that one with the Monster Energy number 06 machine. The 07 of Justin Pruitt moves up into position number 2. He gets around Whitlock here early. Those guys are both Damn It Boy Racing cars, so those guys teammates there, Phil. So it's good to see both of those guys up front here early. Let's see if they're able to maintain it in 60 laps.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see as we have a caution flag on the speedway. Yellow, yellow, yellow here right on the opening lap of the race. Lap 1 of 60, and I believe this could have got thrown from the starter stand, so maybe something completely went afoul or a miss. I'm not sure if somebody got into somebody or whatever the heck may have happened. It looks like there may have been some issues out there with, I see Stephen Moore's 73 car maybe around. I see Stephen Radoon's back there with 78. There may be a story back there to tell. I'll let Todd tell it if he can find something. BladeNote.com, Full Velocity Racing Network, it's going to be playing.
So as you can see it already on your screen a couple of different times already. The number 78 of Stephen Radoon's had a little bit of contact today, a little bit of help from the 83 of Ryan Oakes. Oakes goes around the 73, gets collected. The 36 of John Monkern and Eric Eichstadt aboard the number 12 machine. He also gets collected, so some cars collected into that one. It looks like 73 got the worst end of that one, though.
That sure did. Stephen Moore, who started off 15th, is now going to have to rope the field here from position number 20, so he's going to have work to do. The good news is it's going to be early on in the going. Ryan Oakes and the 83 also going to go tag to the end of the field as well. Looked like he was given an EOL penalty for maybe of causing the yellow flag, so we're working under our first Hanover Record Service caution flag of the night, now working on lap number 3 here at the Williams Grove Speedway, and they come off the 4th turn, and we see that starter going to put one stick of green down. It's going to mean one more trip around the half mile, and we will go back to green flag racing. I'm glad you guys have all tuned in tonight via Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch TV. We've seen Rocky Backtail over there chatting away. I see Terry Joyner. Terry, how's it going, buddy? Neil Pope out there still being the hater of the dirt racing, saying NASCAR is better. I'll disagree all day. Dirt racing is definitely where it's at, because I say from Saturday night, we and Todd made our first voyage over to the Fonda Speedway, and we saw a big block modified feature, Todd, where we had 5 cars racing it out up front for the remainder, like the last 10 laps. Dirt racing is where it's at. NASCAR can't do that except on a super speedway. I don't care what the rules package is doing. You can't duplicate the excitement of what comes with grassroots dirt racing, grassroots short track racing as a whole. Let's go back to green flag racing. iRacing, iFly, green flag goes back in the air.
Yeah, we got to thank Neil Pope for tuning in. No matter what, if he don't like NASCAR, he's still turning into the dirt races. So thanks for your comment out there, Neil. We appreciate it here on Full Velocity Racing Network. Always a good. Always good to be able to go back and forth with a guy like you. It's a great time here. We're able to go between asphalt and dirt, but Phil and I we took that voyage, like I said, out to Fonda for green flag racing here, but it was fantastic out there. So I have to say, anybody that's not been to a dirt track, go ahead and join out there. Is yellow flag going to come out again? It's going to be another Hanover Record Service yellow flag, the second yellow flag here of the evening, and we're going to see who's involved in this one, Phil.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you what, Todd. It was really, really hot up here in the northeast part of the country today. And I'm going to tell you what. Some ice may have sounded good tonight, but maybe not so much for the Iceman Daniel Stifler. I believe he is going to be the subject of our BladeNote.com Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay.
Yeah, definitely the subject here. As we showed it a couple times there, trying to wrestle a position away from the 111 of Moyer. He drives in deep into the corner there, makes a little bit of contact, has to let out. Salter gets into him a little bit more, and then comes back down in front of Surratt, who was already there. Around goes the Iceman Daniel Stifler, the only guy to go around. A lot of guys made contact with him, but he goes around all by himself. He's going to join the tail end of the field.
All right, tough break for the 71. He's going to have to come from deep in the field, but we've been slowed by 2 caution flags here in the first half a dozen laps, now parading around under lap number 7. I'm believing these guys may be coming off of turn 3 and 4 this time, and probably going to get 1 to go on the safety truck this time by as I get through the west end of the speedway. Yes, indeed, pace truck lights are still on, but look like we're going to turn them out this time. So looks like we're going to get the excitement built up here. One more trip around it. Williams Grove Speedway, Todd, has always been a track it's really been feast or famine, regardless of what league, what division we go to. We either see a really, really good race, or we see a little bit of yellows early on, and they sort itself out. Usually puts on a good show at the end. The Grove living up true to its name here tonight of being one of these racetracks that you almost love to hate, because you know the racing is going to be really good. The problem is you got to survive through the early on, because these cars seem to be really tough to handle here at this place. So it's a long racetrack. The corners are long and really sweeping. Sometimes in a slickery racetrack, these cars are really hard to handle.
Yeah, definitely hard to handle. The iRacing.com safety truck pulls left and down onto pit road. We're getting ready to go back to iRacing. I flag, green flag here. Off of turn number 4, the loud puddle is down. And here comes the 06 and Matthew Evers leading the charge once again. Justin Pruitt running in that second spot, but look at the 61. Josh Peacock down to the bottom side. A little bit of contact there. Around goes Alex Brewer, I believe, there. That number 1 machine, they stack it up a little bit over there. I hope they kept it going there. Still looks clean and green, Phil, but man, Brewer was all around. Yellow flag now going to come out here. They have a record service yellow flag.
I thought they had all got it right over there, and I wasn't sure exactly how, because Alex got stacked up right in front of the field, and there was only so many places these guys could really dive off onto to avoid what was happening up in front of them, and I think we may have had a little bit of contact from the checkup. No doubt about it. As I'm looking here through the standings and seeing a couple of guys starting to, unfortunately, go down the wrong way. I see Jim Revis. I see Jason Salter, Derek Fedketower. Maybe a little bit of a parking lot over there taught off the turn number 2 exit.
A parking lot is a very short word for that one. I don't know. It's bigger than a parking lot there, Phil. It's Brewer, unfortunately, there's a stack up there. The 73 went for a ride up on top of Ryan Oaks' hood. We have 6 cars involved over here.
Whoa!
Eric Eichstad, you got the 86, the Fedketower, the 73, the 21, the evil one himself, Jim Revis, all into that fray over there. And those guys, it's a tough break for those gentlemen over there, as they're going to have to probably use some of their quick repair. We'll show it real quick, but I tell you what, 73 went for a ride. We're gonna pay attention to the 73 here. More as more comes down, and you just don't know. Is the 01 the price down there? Ramsey down there too? I mean, it's just a lot of cars involved with that one. A lot of damaged cars now.
And I didn't see the tail end of that one, the aftermath. I saw the initial contact with Alex, and 78 could kind of turn around there. Then it was kind of off from there as we go back and, I look at it with the replay, and man, that was a lot bigger than I thought the potential had to be. So no doubt about it. Third caution flag right now as we're working here under lap 11, and the call coming in from the race control. We are going to go single file restart here. Single file may be a pretty good idea, as we're only 12 laps in, and we've already been slowed by 3 caution flags. That's not the norm over here at DWR, Todd. These guys usually very clean. A lot of green flag racing, a lot of hard-nosed racing. It's a street fight tonight, but we don't want to I-pace. We want to I-race.
Yeah, definitely. You see the track information up there, the South Texas Speedway. Track information here at Williams Grove Speedway tells you track length, altitude, everything that you need to know about Williams Grove Speedway. We get ready, locked and loaded here for the send off of turn number 4. The green flag, the iRacing I flag, green flag is back out, and we're racing once again.
Now we're going to send it off once again to turn number 1, but this time in a single file scenario. Is Matt Everett going to lead it down to turn number 1 right away? Josh Peacock going to pull down to the inside of the 07 of Justin Pruitt. They're going to drag race. We talk about these guys racing, it feels like all night long so far. Peacock versus Pruitt. They're door to door for that second spot off turn 4.
Yeah, Peacock down to the bottom side there in the number 61 machine, one of the Bulletproof Motorsports cars. Looking to the inside of Dama Boy Racing, number 07 of Pruitt. Now Pruitt looking down to the bottom of the 06. That's a Twisted Motorsports car. A lot of different teams here at DWR. But Matthew Evers right now holding on to the top spot. He's got everything in hands as of right now. But here comes Pruitt down to the bottom side, trying his challenge once again through 3 and 4.
Yep, Pruitt now going to make it underneath Matt Everett off the 4th turn. Can he make the motor dig down there? Maybe claim the race lead. Matt going to hold him off so far as we complete lap number 14. But off into turn number 1. Pruitt going to take one more stab to the inside. That opens the low side even more up. Josh Peacock going to fill the void. He's going to go under Pruitt. They're going to race on once again for second off into turn number 3. 3-car race for the lead.
As we go, Monstar Productions on board with the driver, the number 61 of Josh Peacock, just to show what's going on around the Williams Grove Speedway, flashing by that start finish line. And look at the battle right there directly in front of him. And Peacock wants to be involved in that one because he was just down to the bottom of that. Maybe he's got enough of a gap to go up through the middle. Man, I would be thinking about going up through the middle of those two.
I would probably entertain it as well. Why the heck not? Good time to do it as Pruitt continues under Everett's. Down Peacock versus Michael Whitlock. The 00 says, hey, don't forget about me. He's going to try to make a run for third. Down the front straightaway, Pruitt going to look once again under Everett. This may be his best attempt for the race league yet. They're door-to-door for two. Pruitt going to edge out by a nose off the corner.
Yeah, edging out by a nose off the corner. Already down the back straightaway. Does he have what it takes down here into turn number 3? Pruitt slides it down in deep. Here, almost a slider. Yep, slide job off the nose here. A little bit of contact there as it looks like Michael Whitlock makes some love to the fence down on the inside. But the 07 adjusts to Pruitt, continues to lead. He was able to pull that slider on the 06. I thought that was going to be a lot worse than it was, Bill.
It really could have been a lot worse, but the good news is there was a wall down there. And it bounced it off. It kept him going, stacked it up a little bit, but everybody's clean and green. But now it's a straight-up Donnybrook over in turn number 3. Justin Pruitt gets a tap from Matt Everett. Josh Peacock leads down there to the low side, fighting it out for the race lead off of 4.
Yeah, Pruitt able to hold on to that race lead, flashing by that start-finish line here on lap 19 of 60. Peacock now bound to the bottom of the 06 of Matthew Everett. Great battle going on for that second spot. Fourth right now is David Blackburn aboard the number 16 machine, having a great run, fantastic run. Good battle going on for the fifth spot between Moyer and Surratt.
Yep, Moyer and Surratt going to go at it for the fifth spot over in turn 3. Surratt going to drive it in really deep. 18 car now up to a top 5, and that car looks really strong here in the first turn of this race. Now 20 laps of 60 in off into turn number 1 and 2. It is Justin Pruitt leading Matt Everett for second, Peacock for third. David Blackburn running fourth. Now Kyle Surratt making his presence known. They run single file top 5. Now Peacock once again to look at alongside of Everett, who may take a peek under Pruitt off the fourth turn.
As they're looking down through here, just looking to see what's going to happen here with Pruitt still leading this event there, Phil. You see the groove. It was down on the bottom. You're starting to see these guys slip up into the middle portion of the track here at Williams Grove. You got Pruitt right now hanging on to that top spot, but look at Peacock able to run the bottom of that 61 machine. Maybe that's going to come back alive here. We'll have to wait and see as we come off of turn 4 by that start-finish line. 22 in.
22 in, and so far so good for the 07. Once he's kind of got out front, seems like his car is very solid right now because he's going to lead Everett in. Peacock, the racing is for that fourth spot. Kyle Surratt now going to take the battle to the inside of David Blackburn. They're over to number 3. 16 going to slam the door, almost shut. Surratt going to look in there really deep. He's going to inch to the low side. We're racing for fourth off of turn 4.
Yeah, great racing going on for that fourth spot. Surratt right now on the outside looking in. Here comes Surratt back down to the bottom side by side for that fourth spot with Blackburn. Off a turn of number 2 down the back straightaway here this time, Phil. Is it going to be the number 18? He's going to be able to complete that pass going into turn number 3. They're side by side. Surratt looks like he's going to be able to pull a slider right up in front of Blackburn as Blackburn flyers back on the outside. But Surratt, give that to him. Position number 4.
Yeah, he's going to slam the door shut off the corner down the straightaway. Kyle Surratt now up to the 4th spot. I thought David may kind of pull a switching maneuver, go down to the low side. He may fall back to the clutches of Kyle Moyer's number 111. So Blackburn versus Moyer may start happening for the top 5 as it's all kind of settled out up inside the top 3 or 4. As Surratt now going to look to the backside of Josh Peacock's number 61. Pruitt continuing to lead. Everett has been continuing to apply the pressure. They ride second for the first time tonight. Todd, I can say the entire top 5 all single file off of turn 2.
Yeah, pretty much single file here at Williams Grove. Like you said, the top 5, even the top 6 is looking for a battle. We're going back to Alex Brewer maybe. There's nothing going on there either. These guys are pretty much settled in. Even the top 10 there, Phil, as Whitlock tries to the bottom there, but not nothing that he had for momentum coming out the corner. Look at the dust starting to fly here at Williams Grove.
It certainly is, and the dust is settling back here as well as I find a good little race going on with the number 10 of Jason Sullivan with 21 of Jim Revis back here. Caleb Ramsey's number 13 also in the fray as well as these guys having a really good battle back there. That's also the 70 of Steve Reduce. Him and Jason Salter, they're locked in a side-by-side battle for, it looks like, about the 11th position, Todd, off the 4th turn as we stay basically single file all inside the top 10.
Looking, like you said, everybody pretty much single file. Able to get a good look here, see if we can get some looks at some different drivers throughout the field here, Phil. See if we can find anybody coming up through the field. Tell you a person that's struggling here, Jim Revis here with a great battle with Caleb Ramsey. So actually we were finding a good battle, Phil. This is a battle for the 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th position.
Yeah, that's a really, really good one back there. You got Revis Ramsey. Stephen Moore is back there. Derek Fetkenhauer having an off night. He's also the back part of that battle. So, yeah, they said about 11th from 17th on is separated by about 2.5 seconds. That's not an awful lot of time on the racetrack. It's quiet so far in the top 10, but there is good racing going on. You find Stifler back there aboard the 71. He's trying to hold on. Michael Whitlock is up there. Jason Salter trying to make his way. You know, he just clipped Steve Redunes. Can he run down the guys in the top 10? There's a lot left to settle because next time by, we're going to put 30 on the board. We're going to have 30 to go. We're about halfway home, about a half a lap away as they exit turn 4.
Yeah, as we want Monstar Productions on board there with Jim Revis for a little bit. Revis makes a little bit of contact with Redunes. It looks like the 13 went around just a tad bit over there, around in a knot. There's a little bit of contact between Revis and the 78. The 13 gets into that one, Caleb Ramsey.
Yeah, Caleb Ramsey unfortunately going around, putting us under what is our 5th Hanover record service caution flag of the night. Now on lap number 30, and I think Todd may go back and give that a quick look once again. Caleb Ramsey having a little bit of I can't really say innocent contact, but mild contact, you would say. Gets sent around in the wrong way, and unfortunately for Caleb Ramsey, a guy who said feeling under the weather. He's out here battling, throwing the best haymakers he can throw. Unfortunately, Todd, that car just got turned around the wrong way. He'll have to regroup and come from the back of the field.
Yeah, he's definitely going to have to regroup and just watching what happened here. Jim Revis makes contact with 13, makes more contact. The 73 gets involved. Derek Fetkenhauer involved. You're seeing a lot of cars that normally aren't involved in a lot of incidents here tonight, Phil. Well, that's what's happening to them here tonight. Bad luck striking those guys towards the tail end of the field here this evening. Got to thank Tyson Pankow out there for the 200 stars. Thank you, Tyson. It's always much appreciated, and we love the donations out there for stars. Every little bit helps here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. And Tyson, if you don't know, that Tyson runs an FVRN car every night that we see him out there. We've seen the FVRN big logo on the side of the car, so we do appreciate that too, Tyson. That doesn't go unnoticed.
No, not at all. We appreciate Bubba out there watching. Good to see. Yeah, a lot of these cars, a lot of these guys, you know, we're the friends of ours. They support what we do. We really certainly appreciate that. We don't ask them to do it. We don't ask anybody to run the logo on the car. If they'd like to slap it on there, we absolutely endorse it. You want to put some space out there for us in your race car, we absolutely welcome you to do so. And absolutely appreciate all you guys do for us. So those stars donations, they do go a long way. I'm asked all the time, Todd. We always ask for them. We always get a couple of them in, and what it does, you know, guys and drivers and leagues, they ask all the time, well, what do those donations go to? It really offsets a lot of the overhead costs we have for us. It allows us to do this at a top level at a very affordable price to all you leagues out there, all you drivers that represent all the best we can with our sponsors, our league partners, our contributors, everybody out there. So those stars donations, guys, they go a long way. Tyson, thank you again, brother. All you guys that donate on a nightly basis, we certainly appreciate that, Todd, because without all of these people out there, I call everybody who contributes to us either by donations or a contribution to our product. We're all a big team. It's not just 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of us. It's an entire team of people out there, this community as a whole. We're a community entity, and it's because of them that we go around, and we're going to go back around here at Williams Grove on lap number 34. We go iRacing I flag, green flag.
iRacing I flag, green flag again here at the DWR at Wednesday night street fights, and it is the 07 of Justin Pruitt. Pruitt with the lead here. Is he going to be able to hold on here and take down a victory here tonight? Is it going to be the 06 Everett, the 61 of Peacock looking back down to the bottom side? Look at Surratt right there nipping at everybody's heels.
Sure is. That's a good little race going on back, right there to the top 5. And I was kind of taking a peek back here to a pretty good little slugfest between Kyle Moyer, Alex Brewer, actually Jason Salter in the mix. I see Casey Brunson in there as well. David Blackburger's back there. So those guys racing outside the top 5, but they are getting after it back there. I will tell you what, as we have a good 3-car race in the race lead, I know we like to keep it up to the lead time, but these guys are throwing haymakers everywhere around the half mile right now.
Yeah, they are, as we're going blimp here just to show you guys different. Oh, contact made, around goes Matthew Everett. Everett in the 06 machine was running 3rd, and contact was made, and around goes Matthew Everett.
And yeah, he was running 3rd. Unfortunately, he is not going to be running 3rd anymore as our 5th or 6th. I've kind of lost a pen. I'm a little bit tired, on a very little sleep, long travel day. I'm not exactly sure what planet I'm on right now. I do know at the Williams Grove Speedway, and it looks like it may have been a little bit of contact between, was it Kyle Surratt's 18 car into the pack of Matt Everett. Two guys racing the top 5, having a little disagreement of space. That'll be the subject of our BladeNote.com Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay.
Yeah, the 18 was there down underneath the 06, but I don't think he knew that he was actually there. His 18 drove it in pretty hard, made a little bit of contact, and just kept going through that 06 machine. And around he goes, around goes Sarad, and some more cars pile in again. And Ryan Oakes getting some piece of that one. The Iceman Daniel Stifler also getting a piece of the 71. Tough break for those drivers.
Yeah, and there was some steam coming out of 71 as I saw that car pull in pit side. I believe the Iceman may be all done for the evening before the 71. That is a really tough break. As we had 20 drivers show up tonight for Wednesday night street fights, and looking like we have, I believe, 18 left out there. I don't believe Eric Eichstadt's still out there with a 12 car. Is he out there making laps? So he is down behind the pit road as well. So it looks like 18 drivers here. Eric Eichstadt, Daniel Stiflin, the 2 drivers behind the wall. Justin Pruitt is leading over Josh Peacock, David Blackburn, Jason Salter, and Alex Brewer now up to the top 5. So we almost say the cream's starting to rise to the top with some fast cars, and these guys are really starting to make their way up there. I think Justin Pruitt, we know he's got his hands full of Peacock and Blackburn, but now you find the likes of Salter. You got Brewer, we got Kyle Moyer, past winner Casey Brunson. You got Michael Whitlock, and the rest of the fellows outside the top 10. This race is far from over, Todd, as we work lap 39 under yellow.
Yeah, definitely far from over. And lengthy pit stop. It's been a 6-minute pit stop down on pit road for the number 12 Eric Eichstadt. So they are working on his car, but it's been over 6 minutes as they continue to work on his vehicle to try to get it back out. I don't know if they're going to be able to get it back out here in 60 laps, but he's at 6 minutes and 20 seconds so far, Phil.
Yeah, that's never a good sign. I've never heard of a 6-minute pit stop where you may come back and win the race. I don't know. Eric's going to have some work to do if he's going to shake the Electric Eric nickname out here today. Is off turn number 4. iRacing I flag, green flag, and a return to the speedway now as we begin the lap at number 40. And it is going to be Justin Pruitt once again going to lead it down at turn number 1. But look at the run for Josh Peacock off the corner. He's got a pretty good launch over there. Jason Salter throwing some elbows as well. Can Jason Salter find himself in P2, Todd? By the time we exit turn 4, he's under the 61.
Yeah, that trash painted graphics, number 10. Racing Jason, and around goes, it looks like the number 1, maybe of Brewer. Around it, and another yellow flag coming out. Hanover Record Service yellow flag here at Williams Grove coming out once again. And I believe this one involves the number 1 of Alex Brewer.
Yeah, I believe so. And I couldn't tell from where I was where the contact started, but it was definitely that nice, sharp-looking paint there, brand new for the number 1 car, getting a little bit touched. And around he went, and I'm not sure who did it, Todd. Who is at fault? Whatever it may show. You got the answers here on BladeNote.com, Full Velocity Racing Network. Instant replay.
I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, it's probably Alex Brewer that caused it himself. He drove it up pretty deep there in that number 1 machine, and he backed off the throttle. He did back off, but it did not give enough room or space there for the 010 Brunson. Brunson completes him, goes around the 13 Caleb Ramsey. Man, Caleb Ramsey, no luck at all here this evening. As hopefully he's going to be able to get it back together. But Ramsey was running up through the field again. Contact, I'm not sure.
All right, well, I think it's clear Alex was probably trying to roll off the gas and probably found himself in the wrong situation to be in. We talk about a half send, a full send, a quarter send. I think, Todd, we can call that one a failed send. What do you think?
Yeah, you have to say that was a fail on his part. You know, you have to check up, and sometimes the guys right directly behind you don't have enough time to check up for you. And he was doing the right thing. He didn't want to spin the driver out directly in front of him. He did the right thing, but unfortunately he comes underneath his own circumstances. Another driver ends up getting into the back of him, but he did the right thing. I guess he got paid for doing the right thing, too.
All right, well, I'm going to tell you what else we get paid to do here, Todd. Off turn number 2, the lights are out around the speedway. We're under 20 laps to go. We've got a little bit of points-paying stuff going on out here tonight between ourselves and DWR on Wednesday night. I think it's prediction time.
Yeah, it's not under 10 laps to go like we normally do, so we'll still wait about 8 laps to go. No prediction time. Yeah, 10 laps and under is when prediction time goes out. That's when we lock and load here for the prediction time here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Green flag coming back out here. The iRacing I flag, green flag back out over the field. It's Justin Pruitt with the lead. And Phil, you get first pick anyway because you lost to me again last week. So You're going to have to make up some time.
All right, well, I
More
guess
contact.
Uh-oh. Yep. There certainly is, and that's going to put that yellow hanky back over the field on lap 44, so I think it's pretty safe to say from here, maybe we can page Dr. Green. Those calls aren't very cheap. Thanks to guys like Bub out there, Tyson Pick, how we can, afford to put that bill out there tonight to page him, because we need some elixir for a little bit of yellow fever and maybe some race cars maybe glued to each other there off the exit of turn 2. What do you got for us, Todd?
Well, I'm going to tell you, Moyer going around, he goes around about halfway. And I think that scares everybody directly behind him. And he comes down, and thank you to the 73 for saving him. But that causes a stack up over in the corner between the 86, the 06 machine, the 36, the one again involved in that with Alex Brewer, Daniel Price involved. Man, it's tough break for those guys.
And that shows the quality of our really good drivers over here. As we see one car, it was Boyer getting a little bit sideways, and guys could have piled in and made a really huge wreck, but they let out of it. They tried to let him catch it, and it was enough, I think, to slow the field down and Starter kind of maybe probably a good idea to maybe put the caution flag out. Kaya Moyer are going to have to drop from his standings up to the top 10 now to the tail end of the longest line. Kaya Moyer are going to have to restart deep in the field, but about 17th is we're running down our laps here now. 46 of 60 on the board. Justin Pruitt, so far so good, but he's got new challengers now. You got Jason Salter up there. We got Josh Peacock. We got David Blackbird. Michael Whitlock having a good run. How about the rebound for Stephen Moore from an early wreck up there, running in 6th. Stephen Radunes, Kyle Surratt, Ryan Oakes, and Caleb Ramsey. Those guys have been fighting and scratching and clawing, and they make up the balance of the top 10. As we get lights out around the speedway, looks like maybe a 12, 13 lap shootout, and maybe even Todd at the Grove. The very real possibility of potentially green-white checker finishes.
You get 3 green-white checker finishes here, so we'll see what happens here at the Grove. Is sometimes this track produces great racing, and other times, for some reason, the black cloud or the full moon is out over Williams Grove, and just the racing is absolutely, like a demolition derby, and it's unfortunate. Sometimes it just gets slippery, and the drivers just drive as hard as they can. They want to win here on Wednesday Night Street Fights. Green flag coming out here off of turn number 4. Pruitt tried to go up the track to try to block the run of racing Jason Salter to the outside, side by side in the 1.
Yeah, side by side of the 1. Pruitt going to send it out of the 1 and 2. May wash up the racetrack enough. Peacock going to try to get a run. Salter with a run. Look at David Blackburn to the middle. Look at Michael Whitlock. 4 cars racing off of the 2nd spot over in turn 3. Somebody's going to get squeezed out of space.
Yeah, Peacock way down onto the bottom side here, side by side for the 2nd spot. The 07 continued to lead. That is Justin Pruitt. Can he hang on? We're going to just wait and see. We got about 12 laps remaining here as the 61 of Josh Peacock back down to the bottom side by side with Jason Salter.
Salter and Peacock racing down for the 2nd spot. Justin Pruitt going to look at his mirror and say, you guys just keep on doing that, because I'm going to pull out to a 3-car length lead off turn number 4. Salter and Peacock are racing it out for that 2nd spot. I'm starting to peek to some of this battle going on behind them, Todd. There is some really big daring moves being made. But now look at the run for Jason Salter. Gets into a turbo gear. He's going to take the move to the low side. Salter versus Pruitt for the race lead over in 3.
Yeah, Salter not wasting any time as Pruitt comes down the track to try to block the run of the number 10, and he drifts way up the track into the loose stuff, but drag race down to the start-finish line. It's going to be Justin Pruitt. It's that time of night, Phil. We're going to let you pick first here. 10 laps remain. We're going to ask YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, who's going to be here tonight? We want to know. Out there in those chat boxes, we want to know who your guys' picks are, and Phil will get the first pick of the evening.
All right, well, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to say Justin Pruitt is going to hold on. No controversy on this one. I know he's out there leading. He's got some really good contenders and cars behind him. I think Justin Pruitt may have enough to hold on here tonight in the 07. He's my pick to win this thing.
Well, I'm going to go with Josh Peacock at the number 61 machine. He's been my pick the one time that he won the race for me. So we're going to go with Josh Peacock.
All right, and Josh going to send it off into turn number 3 and 4, almost making a little bit of touch to the left rear of the 07. That may be enough tap to let Justin know, hey, I am here. I've been one of your biggest nemesis all night long. They are going to race it out for the race lead off turn number 2. And good racing going on for 3rd. Jason Salter and David Blackburn. That's two really good cars. They race it off for third over in turn 3.
As here comes Josh Peacock, as you were talking about that. Peacock down to the bottom again, side by side with Pruitt as they drift off of turn number 4. Peacock getting a little bit sideways there. That's going to allow Pruitt to pull off to a car length and a half, almost 2 car lengths down into turn number 1. So Peacock's going to have to re-rally and try something different than number 61 machine.
He's certainly going to have to do so. So see if he'll regroup and look at the run. The 16 car gets off the second turn. David Blackburn looking for a lane. I thought he may try to run it down low. He sticks it right in the middle as the 61 washes up David Blackburn, and now Jason Salter. Good 3-car race off for a second. And do not count out Michael Whitlock. He's the 5th car in that equation. He's making time in the outside lane.
Yeah, and then Blackburn having a fantastic run in the number 16 machine, as he's been an avid fan out there on Facebook Live too when he's been watching the races. Finally getting the Wednesday night street fights there, Phil, so doing a fantastic job.
And I think he could be a dark horse pick to win this thing as well, as he's had a really good ride tonight in the 16, a really good solid race car. Maybe he hasn't yet shown his hand. And it looks like we got a race going off for the lead down here to 1 again. Pruitt versus Peacock, and Josh may have the line here off of 2. Those are our picks. They racing out for the lead. I'm rooting for Pruitt. You're rooting for Peacock. We're rooting for a good finish here. It looks like we have one coming. Josh Peacock going to claim the race lead for the first time in 3.
Yeah, he's going to claim the race lead, but there's going to be a drag race off of turn number 4. Pruitt firing back to the outside in that 07 machine, side by side down to the 1. Again, Pruitt let it happen and let it hang out on the top shelf of the speedway. The 61 of Peacock's got some challenges from the number 10 of Salter. Salter into the fray, almost making this 3 wide, Phil.
Almost 3 wide over there, as I think Jason Salter throws a monkey wrench to the plans, as Pruitt going to send it into turn number 3 and 4. We're 3 wide for the race lead. Salter down low. You got Peacock up high. Pruitt stuck in the middle. Now they go back to single file formation. And look at these guys racing it out. Blackburn and Michael Whitlock, they're looking to pounce there. They continue to race it on. We get a battle for the race lead down the back chute.
Yeah, like you said, 3 laps remaining here down the back straightaway. So off of turn 4, they're going to get those popsicle sticks in the air. 2 more trips around Williams Grove Speedway, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. It has been a dogfight for the lead as they come off of turn 4. That's where you're going to see those popsicle sticks. And the 07 of Pruitt now looking to try to get back by the number 61 of Peacock here, as Pruitt's led quite a few laps back down to the inside. A little bit of contact made there. Rubbin off of turn number 2.
Rubbin is racing and Pruitt is getting after it here. The motto at DWR is let her dig, and these guys are letting it hang out through 3 and 4 right now. Pruitt and Peacock, Salter the extreme low side, 3 wide for the race lead. We come to the white flag.
Yeah, racing Jason Salter, 3 wide. We got the white flag as Pruitt dives down to the bottom. Extreme bottom is Jason Salter. Coming off of turn number 2. A little bit more contact made between Peacock and Pruitt. And look at that, 3 wide. Salter down on the bottom into turn number 3. 3 wide for the race lead and the race win. Pruitt drives it in deep again. Here comes Salter way down to the bottom. Racing Jason Salter slides up, makes a little contact, but it's going to be Peacock at the line.
Holy woo! If that don't get you excited right there, ladies and gentlemen, nothing will. That was fantastic. Wow. That is what DWR is all about, and that is why they are the pinnacle of dirt racing leagues out there. What a show. Josh Peacock edging out Justin Pruitt and Jason Salter with a 3 wide finish at the line. Michael Whitlock in a grab 4th from David Blackburn, Casey Brunson, Caleb Ramsey, Matt Everett, Kyle Surratt, and Stephen Moore making up our top 10. And I'll tell you what, Todd, I know it's been a long day for me. I'm extremely tired, but I knew tonight these guys were going to deliver one hell of a race. That is why I rushed to get to the PC as fast as I could. I did not want to miss this thing, and I wanted to be on the call with you. And, man, these guys absolutely delivered, as I knew they would. What a great finish right there.
Fantastic finish there, and the margin of victory, .224. Between Peacock and Pruitt and Salter right there, .235. That was the gap, the margin of victory here tonight. I cannot believe it. I mean, Josh Peacock with a win here tonight. Another win, Phil, as I pick him again here. You're not going to lose as many points as you did in the previous weeks, but again, Josh Peacock taking down the victory here at DWR, the Wednesday night street fights, and doing well-deserved donuts here on the front straightaway. And Justin Pruitt, I'm sure he's going to be disappointed here with a second-place finish, but he threw everything at him, including the kitchen sink. Same way with Salter, man. Salter having a fantastic run, too.
Yes, they certainly did, and we are going to talk to all 3 of these drivers on the post-race show. Coming up next over to DWR Discord. Give us about 60 seconds, and we'll be right back on your source for esports racing. BladeNo.com post-race show coming up next.
As we get ready, locked and loaded here, we're back live here with the Full Velocity Racing Network. We're going to make our way down here and pull some of these guys in and get some words with these guys. Fantastic finish, 3 wide, finishing for the race win there tonight. Man, this is like we thought here, 2019, Phil. We think that we're going to have like the race of the year a couple months ago, 3 months ago. Now we have another race into the thing and into the fray here tonight. Fantastic finish for those guys.
Wonderful race. Absolutely phenomenal, and so thrilled for Jason, Jim, and Eric at DWR. Thrilled for all these guys that made it out there tonight to be a part of this show, and thrilled for all 3 of these guys in the post-race. Put one hell of a run on at the end. Jason, man, a hard-fought third-place finish, but, God, for a minute there off of 4, I thought you had this thing won, man. Tell us about that finish. What a great...
Man, that was extraordinary. I mean, I don't know what to say. It was amazing. I had a great time with that, man. Running Josh and Pruitt that hard, running 3 wide like that last 2 or 3 laps, man. How could you ask for a better show than that? I mean, come on now.
No, and I'm going to tell you right now, we always try to assemble maybe what may be the best races of the year. This one right here, I think, goes to number 1 on the docket, and you guys really threw this one. You had to charge through some adversity here tonight. Your car didn't stay up front all night long. You had to come for an early wreck, come back battling up to the field, got up to the top 3. How much did you abuse your race car coming on back?
Man, there was a wreck that happened in 1 and 2, and I wasn't for sure if I was the cause of it or not, so I took the EOL, and I was like, well, let's go sit here and ride and play and have fun. And man, I can't run the top here at all for some reason. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna stick to the bottom. And somehow I managed to come out past a couple cars. I think I got lucky on one of the wrecks that was up towards the front. And like I said, that was a hell of a finish.
Man, we're so stoked for this. We know I said it all day. I knew I was going to be cutting it close, but man, I had to get back here because I knew this race was going to be a doozy here tonight. Jason, you guys put one heck of a show on here on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. I'm going to give you the mic one final time. Thank you, I'd like to thank out there. These fans were just going berserk. You guys just gave you guys such a treat. That is why DWR, I always call them the pinnacle of iRacing dirt leagues. You guys once again showed the way.
Man, I tell you, if you don't like that, then you don't like racing. That was awesome. I'd like to thank everybody yet again for coming out and joining us running DWR. Got a lot of excellent drivers, a lot of respect. You couldn't run like that anywhere else. Like to thank Full Velocity Racing Network for excellent broadcast as usual. We were making a joke up in the chat before we got down here, thinking, I wonder how high Todd's voice got there and all that. But congratulate Josh on his win. Excellent run for Pruitt. Man, awesome.
Awesome. There's no other word to describe it. Even a third place finish tonight, you can hear the euphoria. This guy's voice right here. Car number 10, Jason Salter, finishing up third tonight at the Williams Grove Speedway. We'll let him get back to it, and we'll run a little bit further down here. I want to see how this guy is feeling after this one, because that was one spectacular race. But Justin Pruitt, my friend, you came so close once again. Man, what a race on that final lap. I love the move there. You tried to throw a slider off the last turn with a last-ditch effort, man. Bonsai move comes a little bit short, but overall, God, that race was awesome to watch. How was it behind the wheel?
Oh, man, absolutely amazing. I'm stoked. It'd been better to get the win, but, I'm happy for Josh. He ran a hell of a race. Salter ran a hell of a race. And, man, I'm sweating. That was a workout.
Oh, it certainly was, man. And I watched the way you drove that thing off in a turn number 3, coming to the white, and once again coming back to a checker. You let that thing sail in there. You knew Josh was up high. How much in the back of your mind were you saying to yourself, I know I'm going to send this thing full, but God, I don't want to rope up this guy racing for the win, because you guys, I think at that point you guys knew we got something special happening here. How much was in the back of your head saying, don't send this thing in completely full and make contact with that guy? Because I think you guys would have hated the wreck right there as good as that race was turning out to be.
Well, I think it ended up being really clean. I knew Josh was running that high side, and Jason was underneath me, so it was either throw it through the middle and hope to God you didn't take Josh out. And we were joking before we got pulled up there, and I told him I was trying to use him up all I could without beating on him. And we just come up just about a fender short, man.
A fender short, but overall, man, I can hear the excitement in everybody's voice here tonight. We just saw something special. You're going to take this one away here tonight, feeling good about it. Justin Pruitt, my friend, I'm going to give you the floor one final time. Live on the Full Velocity Racing Network, Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. That damn it boy Racing number 07 was hooked up tonight, brother. Thank you. I'd like to thank out there.
First and foremost, I'm going to thank my team, Damn It Boy Racing / Team DWR. I want to thank all my sponsors. I want to thank Elaborate Landscapes, Elite Renovations, Layman Pressure Washing. I want to thank Josh for running me clean all night. These guys, you will not go anywhere and find any cleaner racers. I would bet anybody to come over here and try to do what we do week in and week out. These guys are awesome. I also want to thank DWR. I want to thank Jim Revis for this badass wrap on this car. If anybody out there is looking for a wrap, there is nobody that does it better than Evil One Graphics. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn the mic back over.
All right, man. Well, congratulations, Justin Pruitt. He was my pick to win here tonight. And God, he gave it a good run. A little so close. Lost it by a fender off of turn number 4 in one of the most thrilling races we have seen here live in our time of the Full Velocity Racing Network. And Todd gets to go down there and party it up with a guy who has to be stoked down there.
Down here in Victory Lane with down in BladeNode.com, Victory Lane. With driver the number 61, my excitement still not wearing off, Josh. That was a fantastic 3-wide battle towards the end of that. You guys had clean racing out there. You and Justin Pruitt and racing Jason Salter, all fantastic showing here tonight. I mean, what better way to top that off than, like I said, to Phil here earlier in this broadcast. I think that goes to number 1 on the docket here for Full Velocity Racing Network as the best finish here of 2019.
Man, that was probably one of the best races I've ran, or funnest races I've ran. It just keeps topping itself week in, week out, man. You're never going to find better, intense, clean racing than what you find here on Wednesday and Sunday nights.
No, definitely not. It's just been fantastic racing here, and like Justin said earlier, it's one of those that we call you guys the pinnacle of dirt racing over here at DWR. The pinnacle. You guys, all you guys are fantastic drivers and put on a whale of a show each and every week, and we put you up against anybody out there at iRacing here, especially in the dirt street stocks, Josh. And it's one of those things that these guys said that he dares to see anybody else do this week in and week out as clean as you guys do, and I mean you're probably saying the same thing in the back of your head.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Josh, I tell you what, did you think you were going to have that? Do you think Justin Pruitt was going to use you up a little bit more than he did? I tell you, he was pushing you to your limits.
No, I mean, Rubin's racing. He didn't give me anything I couldn't handle. I just want to thank the Lord for high side momentum.
Yeah, definitely a fantastic race there for you guys, all three of you. I'm excited and stoked up for this Victory Lane just as much as everything else that's been going on here this evening at Williams Grove. We thought the yellows would affect things, but the racing at the end of it topped all those yellows, so we could erase all them yellows in the back of our minds. And Josh, everybody, the microphone, the floor is all yours. Thank you. I'd like to thank you here this evening.
Well, first off, I thank Jim, Jason, and Eric with DWR, putting on this great series for us to run. I'd like to thank my teammates at Bulletproof Motorsports. Also, I thank my wife for letting me come in here and leaving me alone and giving me the time to run these races, and all my friends and family support.
Yeah, I definitely cannot forget your wife out there, Josh. And again, hopefully we'll see you down there in Victory Lane again. As we're seeing that 61, the Bulletproof Motorsports guys starting to really come to the top of the game here and top of the heap here. And it's great to see that. Hopefully we'll see you down here again. It's Justin Pruitt over there doing some rinkies in front of your car.
Yeah, I hope so. But Phil's got to find a new nickname. I ain't sure how I'm feeling this whole flying pheasant deal.
Well, yeah. Well, I didn't call you it because I'm feverishly trying to think of a nickname for you, Josh. So I refuse to call you that. Phil can call you all he wants, but I'm not going to call you it no more.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the win here tonight, Bulletproof Motorsports number 61, Josh Peacock, doing a fantastic job. My pick to win here tonight, Phil. Another W in my win column here this evening. I know Rocky was out there saying he picked it first. Rocky, you're not involved in our picks as far as points yet, but maybe next season that'll be something you do. Pick against the broadcasters, and we'll do those picks, and then we'll pick if we're with DWR, maybe we'll do it Wednesday and Saturday, because we do have that widget that we can do, Phil, that makes like a fantasy pick every week.
All right, well, maybe we'll have to get something working on that. Give us a little bit more to do. Why the heck not? We love staying busy here live on your source for esports racing. So glad you have tuned in tonight and saw by far and away maybe the absolute best race you will see not only all year on our airwaves, but anywhere else for that matter. We appreciate you all tuning in. Got to thank our sponsors once again: Hanover Record Service, iRacing, iFlag, Voiles Trucking, BladeNode.com, South Texas Speedway, Montstar Productions, TDR Racing League, Hard Motorsports, Trash Panda Graphics, Evil One Graphics, and Full Throttle with the Jet. For all of us here at the Full Velocity Racing Network, Jet Truin, Ron Piles, Martin Karch, Brett Rolls, and my partner in crime, thank him for his hospitality all week long. Good to be home, but certainly going to miss those guys as they are my best of friends and family to me. Todd Stanton, the best of the best out here alongside. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night. We return to the Cyber Thunder Racing League, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So for your source of esports racing, the Todd and Phil Show, thanks y'all for tuning in. We'll see you back here live tomorrow night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.